Life is not a test. You don't need to have all the answers. Join me on today's flow of thoughts on admitting unknowingness and the bravery to be dumb. Hey there, I'm Jonas, co-founder of Flowlab. I'm happy you found our channel where we discuss psychology, peak performance and flow states. If you like our content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and get notified when we upload future videos. And give this video a thumbs up too. I really appreciate your support. Also, you can save 50% of the yearly subscription of Flowlab Pro, our mental fitness app with guided meditations dedicated to helping you find more focus, motivation and flow. Check out the info box for the instructions. One of the worst moments in school for many was when the teacher called you up for a question you didn't know the answer to, wasn't it? Blacking out, sensing the palms getting sweaty and feeling exposed. It's the opposite of how we'd like to see ourselves as competent, smart, funny and quick-witted. Because this is what gets rewarded in our society. We've been taught to always know the correct answer and that success means not making any mistakes. Especially when we think we have to know something because it's in our field of expertise or because it's about a topic that you, your friends or society deem important. It becomes even harder to admit unknowingness. How often do you nod and smile when your friends discuss politics, but you're not up to date? Or overacting knowledge gaps at work?
Hey, have you read the new paper by Kotler on the neurodynamics of flow?
Yeah, sure.
How did you like it?
Yeah, I think it was great as always. Very nice read.
And what's your opinion on the neurodynamical framework for the onset of flow they proposed?
Well, I think their way of thinking and how they structured these complex things into one framework, this is very nice, but I think there's also a lot more research needed actually to validate that. But rather than questioning this outcome-focused approach, most of us probably try to maintain the image of the smart brains so we get good grades or don't lose prestige. Asking only smart questions or none at all. Refusing to admit or learn more about our weaknesses is something that psychologists explain with the so-called self-enhancement motive. We want to maintain a positive view of ourselves and protect our self-esteem from negative information. So we tend to shut our eyes to the negative sides that are just as part of us as the positive ones. In a study, 2 researchers modified photos of the participants to either make them look more or less attractive. And interestingly, they found that people considered the attractively enhanced photos of themselves as more similar to their face than the photo of their actual face. So this self-enhancement motive also impacts how we interact with others. We present ourselves in certain ways to manage the impressions we're communicating. We dress a certain way, put a smile on our face, and we may also more or less consciously try to cover up our weak spots. But then imagine how much pressure we put on ourselves if we always want to come across as knowledgeable, quick-witted, competent, when it's always about proving yourself. If you want to have the right answer ready every time you get a question, your entire life becomes a test. And suddenly we're back in school, tense and nervous, trying to figure out the right answer. This eventually builds up so much pressure that anxiety and self-consciousness can make you focus more on avoiding failure rather than making learning experiences and having fun. When you think about your current life, in which moments do you bite back a question because you don't want to come across as stupid? The good news is we're not in school anymore, most of us. We can question this outcome focus today. So I wonder what happens if you turn it around and follow Simon Sinek's suggestion to be the dumbest person in the room. Ask the most basic questions. Let others explain complex topics in simple words. Don't be afraid to look stupid. You'll be surprised how many people will have wondered the same thing, but were too afraid to admit it. How much more will you learn? How different will you feel? And how much more inspiration can you get when admitting unknowingness and not trying to live up to the expectation to be smart and competent, but trying to be the dumbest person in the room? Life's not a test anymore, but becomes a journey with opportunities to grow, to get inspired, to become surprised, and to shift your perspective. It's not about proving yourself anymore, but about enjoying the process, which by the way is a central element of the flow state. This state of complete absorption in activity where we feel motivated, focused and fulfilled. This state is also called an autotelic state with autos, meaning self, And telos meaning goal. So the activity itself, rather than the outcome, becomes the goal. So in which moments did you benefit from asking a question rather than trying to find the right answer? When did you perhaps even get positive feedback for that? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to internalize this positive mindset, you can do so with our Flow Session Test Day that you find in the training area of Optimism in the Flowlab app. And with this little impulse, I'd like to leave you into the rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We also have videos on how to adopt a growth mindset or let go of self-criticism. Check them out if you want to dive a little deeper. Have a great day and see you next time.